Now we're going to look at two more methods for determining or for identifying whether or not two triangles are congruent. We're going to look at angle, side, angle. Now, angle, side, angle, I've got a picture over here. Notice angle A and D are congruent. Angle C and F are congruent. And the side between A and C is congruent to the side between D and F over here. Okay? So we have angle, side, angle. Angles and the included side, and we call that angle, side, angle. Then we also have angle, angle, side. Now, this time you still have the two angles that are congruent to their counterparts in the other triangle, but not the included side, one of the other sides. Okay, so angle, angle, side. So we've got these four methods. We've got side, side, side. We've got side, angle, side. We've got angle, side, angle. And then we've got angle, angle, side. Okay. Now, you'll notice angle, angle, angle is not in there. So that's the one that's left out, because showing that two triangles have the corresponding angles congruent is not enough to show that the triangles are congruent. But I don't know. You just need to have some way to remember this. I don't know. You might say, well, the sides, at first there were just these three sides. And then the two outside sides said, hey, to the middle side, you're gone. We're going to replace you with an angle. So we've got now side, angle, side. The two outside sides, one out. But then that middle side, he said he re-exerted himself and said, no, it's you outside sides that are gone and I'm staying. So we get angle, side, angle. But then these angles, this angle on the outside and this angle on the outside said, we need to stick together. So let's stand next to each other. So we get angle, angle, side. I don't know how you remember it, but that's one way. First the sides put out the middle side, then re-exert himself, and anyway, however you remember it. But let's see if we can determine the congruence or not of these three situations here, A, B, and C. First of all, A. Let's see what we've got here. We've got this angle is congruent to this angle. Okay, good. We've got these sides are congruent. Now let's see what else we have. We know that these are vertical angles, so they're congruent. Look at this. Now we've got, it looks like we've got angle, angle, side. Angle, angle, side. So by angle, angle, side, we get congruence. Okay, now let's look at B. Okay, so we've got a side here and a side here. Let's see here. Let's see what we can do with that. We've got this side. Of course, NP is congruent to itself. So we've got two sides are congruent. But that's about all we have. I don't even know if if I knew this line was parallel to this line, maybe I could do something. But yeah, this is not enough. This is not enough info. I need some more for this. Okay, now let's look at this next one. Now on this one, they are intending for these appear to be parallel. Okay, these are parallel and these are parallel. So right away, notice what we have. We have that this angle here and this angle are congruent, and angle 1 and angle 3 are congruent. Okay, so that's because, alternate interior angles. So we have congruence there. Now, we also know that this side, WZ, is congruent to itself by reflexive property. So let's see what we've got here. We've got a triangle. Looks like we have angle, side, angle. Yeah, that's right. Angle, side, angle, and that's one of our properties. Angle, side, angle. Okay. So notice we get a lot of mileage out of this thing of parallel lines cut by transversal. And this is a parallel line here, and it's cut by this transversal. Okay. Of course, there's a parallel line here and a parallel line here. And that's enough. That's enough to give us what we need to make sure or to observe that these angles are congruent. These corresponding angles are congruent. Okay, now let's look at how we might proceed with a proof here. Now you notice with this one, we say that AD is parallel. So this is one of the things we want to note. AD is parallel to CE. Okay, so that's one of the things we note right away. You see these little arrows here indicating you have that you have the two lines are parallel. Plus, I just noticed it says it right here anyway. Okay, so we have these. So what we want to do is we want to prove that these two triangles are congruent. Okay, so let's just set up a proof here. Well, I've got a statement, and I've got a reason over here. Okay, now I'm just going to state the given. First of all, I'm going to say, okay, AD is parallel to EC, and BD is congruent to BC. And the reason is it's given. Okay, so I start with that. Now, let's see what we've got here. So far, we've got that one set of corresponding sides are congruent. In other words, DB and CB are both congruent. Well, I mean, BD and BC are both congruent. That's given to us. But notice we also have this. We also have that this angle and this angle are congruent. So let's just do this. Let's say the angle ABC is congruent to the angle EBC, because vertical angles are congruent. Okay. So far we've got a side and an angle. Okay. Now I need something else though. So let's see what we've got here. We've got these two parallel lines. Okay, cut by a transversal. Well, that's something, because now notice I've got that this angle is congruent to this angle by alternate interior angles. Okay, so let's do this. Let's say ECB, angle ECB is congruent to angle, let's see here, ECB ADB. And that's because alternative interior angles for two parallel lines cut by transversal, the alternate interior angles are congruent. So I'll just put alternative interior what am I doing? TERIOR. Angles are congruent. Okay, alternative interior angles are congruent. Now look what we have. We have angle, side, angle. Well, if that's the case, then we have this. We have that the triangle ABD is congruent to the triangle EBC. I need to move this down a little bit. By angle side angle. Okay. So there we have it. And that's the proof. So there's not a lot to say about this section. We just have these two new methods. So you want to remember side, 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 angle, 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 side. That's what you want to lock in. And then I've got 4 proofs for you to practice for your assignment.